In the age of longships and legends, how did you prove your worth? You didn't hand over a resume, you didn't argue with words, you lifted. For a Viking warrior, a single heavy stone could mark the difference between a boy and a man, an outcast and a hero. Today, we uncover the sacred traditions that turned a simple rock into the ultimate symbol of power. Across the rugged lands of the Viking world, a silent challenge waited. It wasn't a duel with swords. It was a test against the earth itself. Lifting a massive, raw stone wasn't about vanity. It was a declaration. I'm ready for battle, for hardship, for life. To lift the stone was to prove strength, discipline, and readiness to carry your people's burden. So, why this obsession? Why did a chunk of granite become the measure of a man? In Norse society, strength wasn't just admired, it defined your worth. It decided if you could farm, row, fight, and survive. In Iceland, that test centered around the Aflraunasteinar, the lifting stones. A young man had to raise his clan's stone to waist height to earn his place among warriors. Succeed, and you were accepted. Fail, and you remained a boy. These stones settled more than rites of passage. They were used to end disputes, prove readiness for raids, and decide who could row a longship. The stone didn't lie or play favorites. It was the most honest judge of all, unyielding, silent, and fair. The meaning was cultural, but the result was physical. Lifting heavy, awkward boulders built terrifying, real-world strength. Unlike modern weights, a natural stone is unpredictable, smooth, uneven, unbalanced. Every muscle fires at once to fight gravity, back, hips, legs, and grip. That primal struggle created the explosive, total body power ancient combat demanded. It also built monstrous grip strength. Without knurled metal, a stone tested every tendon of the hands and forearms. In Glima, Norse wrestling, control came from that same crushing grip. This was functional training centuries before the term existed. It didn't sculpt bodies for beauty, it prepared them for war. The Vikings even carried shipmasts and heavy beams for endurance, training to survive long, chaotic battles. To feel this tradition's weight, travel to Djúpalonssandur, a black pebble beach in Iceland. Here, 4 ancient stones still wait, polished by sea and storm. For centuries, fishermen came to this shore to test their strength and their fate. Before you could earn a place on a boat, you had to lift at least the hálfdrættingur, the half-carrier, weighing 54 kilograms. Lift it to your waist, and you were worthy of a man's work and pay. Fail, and you stayed on land. Imagine standing there, the roar of the Atlantic behind you, your family's hopes on your shoulders. Your hands slip on the wet stone. Your legs shake. And then, with one desperate heave, it rises. You've proven you can carry your weight. Above that lay 2 greater tests. Hálfsterkur, half strong, 100-kilogrammer, for real respect. And Fullsterkur, full strong, 154 kilograms, a stone for legends. Only a few men ever lifted it. Those who did were remembered for life. Each stone marked a rung on the social ladder, a physical measure of a man's honor. No story captures this spirit better than that of Orm Storolfsson, the strongest of all Vikings. According to the sagas, Orm once came across the crew of the great longship Ormrin Langi. They struggled to move its enormous mast, said to weigh over 650 kilograms. Orm placed the mast on his shoulders. He took one step, then a second, and a third, before the weight crushed his back. That single act made him immortal. For 1,000 years, no one surpassed him. Until modern strongman Hafthor Björnsson carried a similar weight for 5 steps in 2015. The tale reminds us that these weren't workouts. They were the headline feats of their age, written in legend and song. So why were ancient warriors obsessed with lifting rocks? Because the stone was never just a rock. It was a crucible, a test of worth, grit, and endurance. A way to make invisible strength visible. In a world without paper credentials, your proof was in your hands. If you could lift the stone, you could farm, row, fight, and protect. It showed you had the strength to survive. Lifting the earth itself connected the warrior to the foundation of life. That survival depends on strength, and the true power isn't granted, it's earned. The stone was both the test and the trophy. And its legacy reminds us that the simplest challenges often reveal the deepest truths about who we are. These stories are carved into the land itself, waiting to be rediscovered. If you enjoyed uncovering the strength and spirit of the ancients, subscribe and join us at Artifacts and Iron, where history meets discipline